Well, that's weird. Hello, everybody. It's Jim Hacking. This is the Immigration Answers Show, episode number 414. Not sure what happened. I'm going to run the intro again so that we can just cut off that part and we'll go from there. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. Had some technical difficulties right there. Hopefully we can cut off that part of the intro. I don't know what in the heck happened. I was making videos this morning, and when I make videos in the morning, I've got to unplug the thing, and I forgot to plug it back in. So here I am. Am I here? You know it. You know. This is your senior love daddy coming to you live from We Love Radio. Last on your dial, but first in your hearts. For those of you who don't know, that is a line from my favorite movie of all time, Do the Right Thing, Samuel L. Jackson, Reverend Jackson, Samuel L. Jackson, the man, the myth, the legend. Hope you all are doing well. I am here for the next hour answering your questions. We started a little bit early today because I've got to do some things later on today. I'm glad that you all are here, and I'm glad that you have chosen to join us. Let me go ahead and let me know... here's the link to come in the waiting room. It's just me today. Hoolie's in a meeting. And then we'll get started. I don't know if you guys saw, but you might remember last week, I spent a little bit of time talking about Texas Governor Greg Abbott, a Republican, a very hateful man who is doing everything he can to antagonize immigrants, including putting up flotation devices in the middle of the Rio Grande with barbed wire on them. They found a dead child on that barbed wire last week, but not to be undone. Governor Abbott and his policies resulted in the death of another child this week, this time on a bus, from his fun trick of sending immigrants who have sought asylum to Chicago in this case. So it wasn't too far from here that another 3-year-old child has died because of the policies of the Republican Party in Texas, and specifically Governor Greg Abbott. I think it's loathsome. It's terrible. For those of you who might not be aware, applying for asylum is something that we have agreed to under international law. Anybody, and I mean anybody, has the right to apply for asylum if they reach a port of entry, or to apply for asylum if they're in the United States. So these fun little gotcha moments that Greg Abbott, Ron DeSantis cook up by coming up with their own harebrained policies when everybody knows the federal government establishes immigration policies is reprehensible. And now it's resulting in deaths, not one, but two in about a 10-day period. So listen, let me know where you're watching from. We're going to get to the immigration questions in just a minute. I'm just giving everybody a chance to get in. Looks like the waiting room is already full. I'm going to go ahead and see what Angel has to say. Angel.
Hey, Jim, how's it going?
Good.
Thank you for taking my call. I just have the 2 questions. So I submitted my 751 late June. And I haven't received like a notice letter or my extension letter. My green card expires on September 14. Should I be worried, or?
Do you have proof that it was delivered?
I have proof that it was delivered. I have a text message with the case number. And I just, every day I check it and it says still in review, but I haven't received anything yet.
And they cashed the check, or the
Yeah,
payment went through?
Yeah, they did.
I don't think you have anything to worry about. I'm going to send out a notice right here on Slack to my team and ask, hey everybody, how long are we seeing for 751's 751 receipts? I think that, I guess you're at 6 weeks or so.
Yeah, correct.
Let me see what they say, and I will announce it as soon as I hear back from the team. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because like I said, I have the case and everything. It's just
Yeah, I think you're fine. I think you're fine.
you're fine. Okay. Okay. Yeah, because my green card doesn't expire until next month, so I still have time. I just um don't know if
Yeah.
that's normal or not.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. My other question is, I might have to move out of the address that I have. I know I seen you videos where um I have to submit an AR-11,
Right.
and I think you mentioned also forwarding the mail. Is there something else I need to do, or?
No, I think that's it. I mean, you'll yeah, as long as you notify USCIS with the AR-11, keep proof that it was accepted by them.
Mhm.
It's always tricky when you're talking about moving while a green card, whether conditional or the 10-year, are pending, because you're always worried about where they're going to send it, right? So
Right.
that's the big thing. So I would say as you get closer, just keep real good track of when it's sent and whether you get it right away. So that's to me the biggest thing. Like, to me, I would probably file an AR-11 every 3 months. If I had a 751 pending for 2 years, I would probably do it every 3 months. It's free, so it doesn't cost anything. You just do it online. I would just keep doing it.
Right. Right. Okay. Um, I I once submitted the AR-11 before. Is there a way to get like a receipt number they got it? Because the only thing that I have is that the USPS, delivery, but that's about it.
That's all you get.
That's all I get. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would just file one online and one on paper. I think that's good. I think more is less in this situation.
Okay, so I can do both.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Angel. See you, buddy.
Nope. See ya. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Yep, for sure. All right. Angela's here. Angela, what's up?
Hi, Jim. So after you helped me with that little debacle, trying to figure out if that's the right form for if I actually got my welcome letter for my fiance. However, now, like it says, you'll get notified. Like if you're reading, it tells you to tell your fiance to go to the HTTP MDC K1 whatever website. So he did that, and it talks about the DS-160. He filled it out. We weren't sure if we were supposed to, but he filled it out. And then it doesn't really tell you how to pay the fee. We're not even sure if that's what we should do because we didn't get any instructions.
I think you might want to get a lawyer involved. I don't handle these things, so I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I've told you everything I know.
But do you know by any chance, like with the I-129F, when the date is about to run out? Because next month is when our date will run out, and we're in the process already. Do you have any idea how to revalidate?
That's something that the National Visa Center or the State Department does on their own. That's not something that you can actually request. And this is one of the reasons why I'm really down on fiance visas right now, because they have been, in some cases, refusing to revalidate or extend the approval date.
Well, I know I read that if you do not do if you start the work for the actual visa, then they won't revalidate. But they say a lot of times, like once you get your interview, even if it has timed out, they may revalidate for you.
Yeah, they do it all the time. I'm just saying that this is one of the ways they're clearing their backlog is by letting some fiance cases die on the vine. That's what I'm saying.
That's so amazing. Not really. We've hit one snag after another trying to figure out the ins and outs because they promise you an instruction packet and then you don't get one.
Yep.
And I keep on emailing them. Like, I don't know what else to do. Like, I try calling you, can't get a hold of a person.
Thanks, Angela.
Thank you.
See ya. All right. Abdul Rashid is here. Hello, Abdul Rashid.
Hey, Jim, can I turn off my camera?
It is off. Go for it.
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
I'm great, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for all the great work that you are doing. I have just one quick question regarding my incorrect date of birth. So I just need to ask you that can I correct my date of birth at my citizenship interview?
Sure, that's what part of it's for. Yeah, so you're just saying you typed it in wrong on your N400.
No. So the thing is, I came here as a refugee from Afghanistan.
Okay.
So I got my green card, and it was incorrect in my passport for my home country.
Why?
So it was, when I was very young, and it is required that you have to be 18 years old to get your passport. So I was very young, and they just put the wrong year. So my actual date of birth year is 1988, but they put 1985.
So that's a big problem. That's a big problem.
So, mhm.
So just so you know, like identity documents from Afghanistan is one of the things that they're really thinking about and concentrating on and worried about at USCIS. So I think that you'd be opening up a big can of worms by telling them that you have a different birth year than you actually have. I'm not saying, I mean, you got to tell the truth. So I guess you got to put it the real date of birth, but you're going to have to explain this, and they're not going to like it because they don't believe anyone in Afghanistan is who they say they are.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you think that I should just go with the one that I already have on my green card and my passport and everything?
Well, did this not come up? So here's a good question. So when you filled out your 485, your green card application, did you put down 1985 or 1988?
1985.
Yeah, so that's a problem. That's a problem. I can't give you advice on this because I can only tell you to tell the truth. And the truth is that you were born in 1988. If you tell them that now, that's going to cause problems with your naturalization, and in theory could cause problems with your green card, although I don't think it would. But this is a big mess now.
Okay.
And
So,
it's not so much a mess because of what's on the passport, although that is a mess. The bigger mess is that you swore under oath that you were born in 1985 when you now say you were born in 1988.
okay. Okay. So I should just tell them that this is what it is.
I'm not giving you any advice. I'm just telling you what your obligations are. Your obligations under the law are to tell the truth, but so far you haven't
Yeah.
told the truth. So if you tell the truth, you're going to have big problems.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much.
Good luck. Yeah. Just because there's mistakes made by other people, don't make it worse by making your own mistakes later on. That's one way that you get in trouble, because obviously they're never going to get in trouble for putting the wrong year on your passport, but you are, right? So that's the big problem there for Abdul. All right. We're rolling. Let me, hey, if you haven't, let us know where you're watching from. We always like to see where people are watching from. Let us know what's going on. Let me post the link again if people want to come in the waiting room. The waiting room is full. GP is here. Let's see what GP has to say.
Hey, thanks for doing this. Could I be taken off the camera?
Sure, man. Mondays, people don't like to be on camera. I don't know what's up. Go ahead, GP.
Hey, I just wanted to know, I'm just a little confused as to whether or not I'm a citizen or not.
Oh, well, that sounds like an easy question that can be answered by phone, but go ahead. Let's give it a shot.
Sure. So I have a copy of my A file, and there's like a form 181, or it's adjusted, and there's like a form I-485, and it looks like, yeah, according to USCIS, I'm an LPR.
Okay.
But I'm not.
When did you become an LPR, do you think?
It says July 2nd, 1986.
How old were you in July of 1986?
5.
Were you adopted, or how did you come to be here?
My parents brought me here.
Okay, and how did they come?
I think it says, I think they came for work.
Okay, well, like I said, this isn't something really that I can answer by
Anyway.
phone or without seeing the documents.
Yeah.
But
But
what do you,
anyways, I have their naturalization certificates. So
how old were you when they naturalized?
12.
Did you ever have a physical green card?
Yes.
So you probably are. Did you have a physical green card before you turned 18?
Yes.
And after you came in the United States, were you did you live in the United States pretty much nonstop?
Yeah.
And in their custody?
Yeah.
And you were in their custody when they naturalized?
Yes.
So yeah, it sounds like you're probably a US citizen.
Okay. So I've been trying to fill out the N600, but what should I put as like the mother or father's physical presence? They want to know every single time they've left the country. That's from the time they entered till now.
Well, so remember, most people do N600s for little kids.
Oh, I see.
So they wouldn't have as complicated a history. Are your parents still alive?
Yeah, they are.
Have you done a FOIA of their files?
I have not.
Did you do a FOIA of your file?
I did.
Yeah. So I would do a FOIA of their files. I would have each of them sign a form to get their files. And then what I would do is when you get all that stuff, call me back or send it to me and I'll look it over and I'll give you advice on what to do.
Sure. Okay. Thank you for all that you do. I love the show.
Awesome. Thanks, GP. See you, buddy.
Okay.
NJ's here. What do you say, NJ?
Hey, how you doing, man? I'm here from New Jersey.
I figured.
Yeah. So I have a I-29, I-129F K1 fiance visa. We got it expedited through the senator's office. My fiance is pregnant. We just got approval on 8/4, and I just got the I-797 today.
Okay.
My question is NVC going to expedite the processing or no?
Not based on the prior grant of expediting.
Okay. So is there, because everything I've tried, they won't expedite the processing. So there's not a way I can expedite to get the number I need to file for an expedite for NVC, correct?
Well, your case isn't even at the NVC yet. So you can't even expedite it till there's actually a case there. They haven't even opened the file yet.
So it's right now it's incumbent upon USCIS to get the case over,
and that can take 30 days. When is your fiance due?
September 16th.
She's not coming, dude, before then. And then yeah, I think it's very unlikely she's going to come before then. Well, and plus, I mean, pretty soon it's going to be too safe to travel by plane, right?
Yeah, we'd have to get a doctor's approval anyways. So,
I mean, you're going to be at the National Visa Center, just at the National Visa Center for, even if it's expedited, 2 months. What embassy is this?
It's Rio, Brazil.
Brazil. Okay. So what's your question for me?
My question was that I didn't, as far as was there a way to expedite the processing or a way to expedite the case getting to NVC, or because there were some things that I read that on an expedited case, I thought the case would go directly to the consulate, and that's not the case, correct?
Well, there's an element of that, but there's a middle period where you got to fill out the DS-160 and pay the fees and so forth.
Okay. So at this point, is there any way or any route you could suggest for me to go as far as trying to get the case over to or processed through the NVC or sent
other than calling and bothering people? I don't know if you heard Angela a couple of callers ago. She's been calling them just to get them to open up the damn file and get things started at the NVC, and that's been taking her 6 weeks.
So should I be contacting USCIS or NVC, because you're saying NVC hasn't even got the case, correct?
Yeah, the first thing you need to know is, has USCIS sent over the case? And until USCIS sends over the case, there's no point in bothering NVC.
Okay. Maybe since I got this done through the senator's office, maybe going through them.
Maybe.
Okay. I guess I'm just willing to try anything at this point.
Yeah, go for it. If it works, I'll be amazed, but you should definitely give it a shot if you want.
I mean, I will tell you this, Jim. I tried expediting through through a Congress representative in May. It failed. I tried to a senator's office and it failed. Then I wrote back in a letter of dismay, and they, without even telling me, they put another expedite, and then it went through.
Oh, good. That's great. Good job not giving up. So keep going. Maybe you'll get it. But I mean, what's her due date? September what?
September 16th.
Yeah. So you got a month.
Yeah. I mean, with all, I'm intending to be there, but I don't want to give up just yet. I just, worst case scenario, we make it go faster, and then the baby's born there, and then we have everything that we need in hand to leave and come to the United States, as opposed to waiting for USCIS.
Well, except you got to get a passport for the baby, but that shouldn't take too long.
Yeah, I guess that's the next question. Is that a difficult thing to do for once the?
No, you'll do it all through the embassy. That should be relatively quick.
Okay, so it's not going to be like a month waiting period or something.
Oh, it'll be a couple weeks for sure.
Okay.
I mean, we don't handle those, so I don't know the ins and outs of it. And of course, this will be a child born out of wedlock, so the scrutiny might be a little bit harder, but it should be okay.
Okay. All right. So, best advice: follow up with USCIS and see if the case is being sent over.
Best advice is plan on this not happening before the baby's born, and then doing all those things.
Got it. Fair enough.
Good luck. Good luck with
All right,
the baby. Bye,
thank you
MJ.
so much.
See ya. All right. Let's say hi to Sanjay. Hello, Sanjay.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good. First of all, thank you for you support me on my USCIS case, and my case is already approved on February. So after that, I sent my document to NVC. NVC also approved my case on March 20. So I already DQ on March 20, but still I'm waiting for visa interview date. Do you have any idea, from Nepal, you get any chances like?
I don't know. I think you need to look in all the forums, and you can post on Immigrant Home. People in the comments might know, but I think you're probably talking 6-8 months. I don't know. I don't keep track of every embassy and their processing times.
Yeah.
Even either their stated processing times or their actual processing times. So I think you just got to ask other people.
Yeah, because I already talked with other people. They say legal permanent resident, their spouse waiting from November, they stop giving a visa interview date or something like that. But citizen, they already get an interview date maybe June or July when they get approved from NBC. And one more thing, I'm trying to apply for my US citizen. Is that effect to my wife to in a process time is delay or something like that?
It would speed things up. The only thing you need to keep in mind is, are there any kids or just her?
No, just her.
Yeah, no. So that should be fine. No, you should go ahead.
Okay, then it's okay to file my US citizen, right?
Yep.
Okay, somebody told me if you file right now, they hold your wife case, and when you're approved the U.S. citizen, then they proceed your wife as a U.S. citizen. That's why I heard.
They will, but I mean, right now you want that. It'll be faster as a spouse of a U.S. citizen than as a spouse of a green card holder. So you want that to happen.
Sorry?
You want them to treat you as a U.S. citizen. Don't listen to those people. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. I'll apply on that one, because like I don't know like how long it take time. It's already like 5-6 months already, and I don't know like how long it take time.
Yeah, I think you're just waiting.
Oh yeah. All right. Thank you, Jim. Thanks
Bye,
you.
Sanjay.
Thanks
See
once
you,
again.
buddy.
You
Okay,
helped me
yep.
on USCIS case. Thank you.
You're welcome. See ya. All right. ABBXYY is here.
Hi, Jim, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. Is it okay if I remove myself from the camera for a second?
I got you.
Okay. So yeah, I have a quick question on the my friend's case. He has green card for 10 years, but it's going to expire on August 23rd. And so he has applied for his green card renewal. And the complication with his case is that he has one criminal record for disturbing the peace. I think it's MCL 75170. So that's, I think, misdemeanor according to the state law, but I don't know what the immigration law says.
Yeah,
He went-
usually something like disturbing the peace, that's almost like a ticket. So I don't think that's going to keep him from getting his green card. And I hope that's not why he isn't applying for citizenship.
Yeah, he is very afraid. He has not
Oh,
applied
no.
for citizenship for that reason.
No. He should. I mean, I would want to look at everything before I tell him 100%, but disturbing the peace is like a littering ticket. It's nothing. So, I mean, as long as he didn't beat somebody up, I think it's fine and he should apply for citizenship. And if he applies for citizenship, he could skip the green card and save the money.
Yeah, but so when you said beat them up, so really what happened was it was just a confusion between him and his wife. So his wife called the cops, and then the cops came and they put this charge on him, but it was originally domestic violence charge, and then he went to
amended down.
yeah, and then he did a plea bargain, and then they amended it down to disturbing the peace as the final charge.
So then what I would say, so when did that happen? Do you know what year that happened?
Yeah, 2022.
So just last year.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then in that case, I mean, they can look back at that. I mean, they can look back because, you have to show 5 years of good moral character. So if he wants, I mean, certainly he's not going to have any problem with his green card. So he doesn't need to worry about that. But with citizenship, I'd be okay still applying. But if he's nervous, then I would wait for 5 years from the end of whatever probation he got for the disturbing the peace and go from there.
He is also married to a U.S. citizen. His wife got citizenship. So will that reduce the period to 3 years? The waiting period?
Yeah, but I still like to let some time settle. So that would apply, but is that the same person that he had the domestic violence charge on?
That's right.
Yeah, no, I'd wait the full 5.
Okay, wait the full 5. But for now, just apply for green card renewal. Okay,
Yep.
and my final question is, Jim. So his fingerprinting is coming up in 2 weeks, and he was just wondering, like, okay, if he gets the fingerprinting done, will there be any query or anything on the original charge, or will they just look at the final conviction?
Yeah, no, they look at everything. They look at the arrest.
Okay, but that still there won't be an issue because the final conviction was disturbing the peace in Michigan?
I think he's fine.
Okay. All right. Those were my questions.
Okay,
Thank you
thanks
so
so
much,
much. You got it. You got it. All right. Ez is Beck.
Hello there.
Hello.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing good, thank you. So there's a situation. We had a green card that was given to us by our immediate family. So it was our uncle, actually. So the situation is like this. The green card expired 2018, and after that, we couldn't renew it. We actually didn't even try. Now, after a couple of years passing, now we want to renew it. So is this possible?
What does this mean? We couldn't renew. I've never heard of that. What does that mean? We couldn't renew our
The
green card.
process, we didn't take action of renewing it back then when it was
Why?
possible.
Why?
My father considered it unneeded, so he didn't want to do it back then. But like, can we do it now? Is it possible? Can we still renew it?
Has everybody been in the United States the whole time?
Was, yes, for 10 years. Yeah, my dad actually was with us back then, but 2018, my parents, my father was there. My mom had to come back because she was with my little brother. She had to give birth to him, and after giving birth, she had to stay. She couldn't go back there because he was too young. That was the issue.
So okay. So everybody got their green cards. And they got 10-year
Yes.
green cards. Like in 2008, you mean they got green cards back then?
Yeah.
Or when?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how many people are we talking about? Mom, dad, you, and who else?
Mom, dad, with me, 2 siblings. One was born in the States. One was born in our native motherland, Uzbekistan. And we had, I had a little brother that was born in 2018 here in Uzbekistan.
Right. So in 2018, so you're saying that not only did everyone not renew their green cards, they left the United States.
Yes, we came for like a vacation here. My mom gave birth here. That's why we had to stay. But however, until 2018, my father for the last 2 years, he went there, he worked, he came back, and after having a little son, he couldn't go back there. So that's why he had to stay.
When was the last time anyone in your family lived in the United States as lawful permanent residents? 2020, Dad?
No, 2018. That's it.
So those green cards are all null and void. That's like you threw it in the trash.
Yeah. So it's not possible, yeah?
No, it's not possible. You're starting over.
Okay. And the second question I had was that, like I said, I had a little sister that was born there. So is it possible, with like through her help, could we go there? She was born in 2010, and currently she's 13 years old.
So in 8 years, she can apply for your mom and dad.
Oh, okay.
When she's
So
21,
right now,
she can apply
it's
for
not
your mom and
possible,
dad.
yeah?
No.
I also heard that through parental guide, she could apply for a U.S. passport.
She can get a passport. She can come to the United States, but that won't give your parents any rights to come or stay. And they're not going to get non-immigrant visas because they had green cards and they threw them in the trash. And the U.S. government doesn't like it when people get green cards and throw them in the trash.
Even if you explain the situation, it's not possible.
I haven't heard a good explanation. Number one, and number two, no. There's even with a good explanation, no, it doesn't change the fact that they're not going to be able to come.
Is it possible if I could like reach out to your team? Like, could we like discuss this over?
No. Why would
It's
you
not
talk to us?
possible?
There's nothing for us to do. There's no case.
Oh, okay. Understandable.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, the U.S. government doesn't really like it when they make people wait all these years, make them wait for a green card, and then you decide to just sort of not use it anymore. So applying or starting now, there's no real route or anything to stay or to come. There's no basis to come. Let's see what Mehdi has to say. Hello, Mehdi.
Hey, I'm doing good. I have a quick question. I came to the U.S. on K1 visa, and I married my husband on March.
Cool.
And I've applied for ED and for the I-485 and the combo card like on I think May 17th, and I had my biometrics, and I'm still waiting for the ED. And I just have a quick question. Since up to now I don't have a social security number, and as you can see, I might need that for like a driver license or to have like a joint bank account or joint lease or anything. Is it possible that I can apply for social security number while waiting for AED, or should I wait for AED to get approved?
I think actually if you went down to the Social Security office, they might give you one, but it's going to screw things up for you in the future, because then you're going to have 2 Social Security numbers, because you'll probably get another one off the EAD. So I would say, I know it's frustrating. You've been waiting for a while, but I would not do that.
Yeah, because as you can see, I'm waiting for AD to get able to work, and there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of financial pressure for one person to like help for the family. It's
Right.
just like I for the first thing I thought that I can have Social Security while waiting for that. So like like to get a driver license to get everything ready before be able to work and have my ED.
Where do you live?
But
What state do you live in?
I live in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I mean, technically you could probably get one, but I would encourage you not to.
And the like for an AED, like as a for work permit, like do you think it's faster or it's just like
I think you're gonna get your green card before you get your work card.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I hope so. I really hope so.
Green cards are going faster than work cards for whatever reason.
Yeah, because it's on a national benefit center, so that I don't know. I don't know how faster it is.
So what's your receipt date?
The receipt for the I think it's on March 17th. No, not March. Sorry, May 17th.
So just 3 months. That's not too terribly long. We've seen delays much longer than that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to be able to work. That's all.
I understand.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mehdi.
You too.
Bye, buddy.
Have a good day.
Yep. Questions here. What do you say? Question?
Hey, Jim. So I have a question for my friend. He's an asylee right here, and he filed that green card back in 2021, and he still not got nothing. So can we sue that?
For sure. We oftentimes have to sue for people that applied for green cards based on asylum. I think sometimes there's, in the old days, the asylum office was separate from USCIS. So I think a lot of times their systems don't talk to each other. I also think a lot of officers like to request a copy or like to see the asylum case before they approve the green card. And the third thing is sometimes there's things in the asylum application that allow for someone to get asylum, but might keep them from getting a green card or might make USCIS wonder if they can't get a green card. So for all those reasons, we've seen having to sue them for asylum-based green card cases. Like we made its own separate copy or own separate category in our law firm because we've had to do so many.
Like last year, in 2022, in April, they sent him a request for evidence for medical, and he sent it back after 4 weeks later, and still haven't heard anything from there.
What country is he from?
He's from India.
Did he ever have any military service?
No.
Any membership in any groups?
Yeah, he had a membership in one group. That's why he came here and he filed asylum. And the court he granted him asylum.
Oh, yeah. So that's a whole other thing. If the immigration court granted asylum, then that makes it more likely that we're going to have to sue. So yeah, he should call our office and we could sue for that because otherwise they're just going to sit on it.
And can you explain me that I will explain him that how much is going to cost and how long it's going to take to get decision?
So it'll take about 3 months. Usually it takes about 3 months.
It's a Florida.
Yeah. So the filing fee is $402 and our fee is $4,700. So it's $5,102, $5,102. If he pays up front, he can take $500 off, so it'd be $4,602. But if he pays over time, we need $3,102 to start, and then $500 a month for 4 months.
Okay, and he met this girl, I think, about 1.5 months ago, and she came through the border and she applied for the asylum also. So can he marry her and file for her? How is the process going to work?
It's a lot more complicated than what we just talked about. I would say focus on getting his green card and then deal with that. The problem is she entered without inspection. So in theory, he could sponsor her if they got married, but it's going to, I'd want to talk to him about it and explain it to both him and to her.
And how we can contact you?
Yeah, so you can email us at info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Hold on, I can put it on I'll put all our contact information on the screen. You can call 961-8200, or he can email info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com and say, my friend was on the show at the 40-minute mark on Monday and he was asking about my case or whatever. We'll follow up.
Yeah, and one more last question. Back in COVID time, he lost his social security card. At the time he was applying the social security card by his own, he mentioned on a form that his law firm permanent something resident. So is it gonna affect him in future?
Probably not. That was just a
Probably not.
mistake. That was just a mistake he made.
Yes, and they send him a letter that send us a proof that you are a lawful permanent resident. Then we will issue the card. Something.
Yeah, so he just made a mistake. He should withdraw that application or let them know that he made a mistake and then focus on getting his green card.
Okay, all right. I will tell him to contact with you guys. Okay. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate, boss.
Okay, bye-bye. All right. Go Pokes is here. What do you say, Go Pokes?
Hey, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. Love your jacket, by the way.
Thanks. Everyone's, for years, people made fun of me for loving the Jets, but this year everybody's giving me props and wanting to talk to me about how I think they're going to do. So thanks for that.
Yeah. The Hard Knocks new season.
Yeah. Hard Knocks is fun. Yeah.
I have some pretty easy questions for you, so I'll keep it brief. For the filing the I-130 form, if there's the questions that don't relate to you, do you just put NA or none? That's what it says on the instructions.
Yeah.
So, okay. Also, do we have to include her birth certificate and passport? It doesn't say that on the instructions.
For sure.
Okay.
Most important from the passport, you always want to include the biographic page, but you also always want to include the proof of the last valid entry. So whatever stamp there is, you want to make sure that you send that in, usually in color if you can.
Okay, perfect. And I know on the NVC stage, when I do the affidavit of support, which one do I fill out? Because I saw there's like several different ones.
This is for a spouse case?
Yeah, and then I'm the only petitioner.
I-864. The I-864.
Okay. I don't fill out the easy one too, or
no, just the 864.
Okay. And then last thing for biometrics, do I have to do that as well, or is it just the beneficiary?
The only time a U.S. citizen ever has to do biometrics is if they have some kind of crime involving a child. Other than that, the U.S. citizen never gets a biometrics appointment.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all my questions. Thank you so much.
Have a good day. All right. Blessed Sisters, are you with us? Can't hear you. Man, no one's coming on. This is a radio show today. This is just Jim. Blessed Sisters, are you with us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I got you. Go ahead.
Okay. Jim, I had an interview 2 months ago, June, and ever since after my interview, I haven't had a response, but I already had a denial case 2 years ago based on they say it's kind of I've forgotten the reason why they denied the case. So we reapply and divorce and get a new divorce papers. So I don't know, it's just taking too long for them to take decisions. I was trying to see if there is anything I can do.
So let's back up. Are you the U.S. citizen or are you the foreign national?
I'm the foreign national.
And where are you in the world? Are you in the United States or outside the United States?
In the United States.
And when did you enter the United States?
2018.
And what kind of a visa did you have when you entered it in 2018?
B1, B2.
And before the end of those 6 months, did you get married?
Yes.
And you married a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
And you had they filed for an I-130 and you filed for adjustment?
Yes.
And you had a green card interview?
Yes, I did.
Tell me, by the way, what country are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
What which field office had your green card interview?
Houston, Texas.
And tell me about your interview. How did it go? Did they separate you? How long was it? What was it like?
They never separated us on both interview we've gone. The first interview we went, they did not separate us. Everything went on well, and we were hopeful that we're going to get approval, but it came back denied that the claim that my divorce decree was false. So we went ahead and then did a new divorce decree. Okay, no, we did a new divorce decree and then appealed their decision. So my lawyer, I think he sued. I guess so, but I think or appealed. So, but still, nothing was done. So we went ahead and reapplied.
Wait, hold on. We got to slow down a little bit. I think I'm following most of this, but I just want to make sure. I got a couple questions. So, when you went to get your visit visa to the United States, you were married at that time?
No, I was divorced.
Okay, and so when you went to the embassy and you told them, I want to come visit the United States, you told them that you were single, divorced.
Married.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say. So when you went to the embassy, you were still married or you were not?
I was not married, but I cannot remember what I filled in the form. Somebody helped me did the application. I didn't do it myself.
Well,
So
I can almost guarantee you that they would not have given you the visit visa if you didn't say that you were married. So I'm almost sure that it said you were married.
Okay.
So, but you're telling me that you had filed for and obtained a divorce prior to getting that visit visa?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a problem right there. That's a big problem. Okay, so when you got your divorce decree, did you participate in that? Did you go to see a judge? Did you file for divorce? Did your Nigerian spouse file for the divorce? Did you have a trial? What happened?
No, I did not have a trial, which was what their attorney explained to them. I did not file the divorce. When I came in, my parents sent me the divorce decree, which was the explanation I gave to them. But however, we now have to do a new divorce here in the United States.
I want to get to that. So the I-130 gets denied, and they say the reason your U.S. citizen spouse cannot sponsor you is because you're still legally married back in Nigeria. That divorce decree that you gave us is invalid, right?
Correct.
And so then your lawyer said, well, let's file a motion to reopen or reconsider. In the meantime, you get re-divorced back in Nigeria, right?
Yes.
But of course, that divorce, the second divorce in Nigeria would be after you married the U.S. citizen, right? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
So the second divorce from the person in Nigeria would be would take effect after you married the U.S. citizen, which means it wouldn't save that marriage case. So then you let that case go and you file the new I-130 after getting remarried, after getting re-divorced, right?
No, I didn't remarry. I just re-divorced.
Okay, and then what happened to that case? Did it get denied?
No, it was not denied. It's just been pending for over 2.5 months, no response.
Okay, so what's the date of the second divorce?
The date on the second divorce is August 2020.
Okay, and what's the date of your marriage to the U.S. citizen?
July 10, 2019.
So you can't get divorced after an invalid marriage and therefore make the marriage valid. If the marriage was void on the day you got married, you do need to get divorced, but then you need to remarry. So you're telling me you've only filed one I-130. You haven't filed a new I-130 based on a new marriage to your U.S. citizen spouse.
Yes.
So that was a total waste of time. It's good that you got divorced, but they can't approve that I-130. It was void on the day you got married. It cannot serve as the basis for an I-130 adjustment case.
Okay. So what do you recommend? I withdraw?
So yeah, I would number one, I would make sure that my second divorce is valid. Like I would pay a lawyer who did not get my divorce decree to go to the court and make sure that that divorce is valid, because we've, believe it or not, had people have their second divorce even be fake. Okay. So
Okay.
that's the first thing I would do. Then after I'm 100% sure that that divorce decree is valid, then I would remarry the U.S. citizen and file a new I-130, and then I would withdraw the appeal, the prior denial.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
We've handled this kind of case many times. I'd be happy to work on it with you if you need our help.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You got it. Have a good day. Yeah, that's a tricky thing. Tricky thing, those Nigerian divorces but there's a line in the Quran about how you can't make haram halal and halal haram. You can't make the good bad and the bad good. Same deal. You can't make an invalid marriage valid. Now, the one way you can do that, we have done it, is if there was some way to get the first marriage annulled, because then it had no legal effect. But that's pretty hard. So usually what we have to do in these situations, as Christine noted in the comments, she's going to have to remarry the U.S. citizen. That's right, because that old marriage to the U.S. citizen is no good because it took place before the divorce decree. And that would be true even if the divorce decree came in the day after they got married. It has to be done before. You have to be legally free to marry on the day the I-130 is filed. So that motion to reopen, reconsider, that's all a waste of time. It's good they got the divorce as long as it's a real divorce decree. Now, some people are saying that they might need a waiver. I don't think that she'll need a waiver unless they think that she was actively participating in the fraud. We have been able to do what I just said, remarry the U.S. citizen without having to get a waiver. Tricky, but possible. All right. I got time for a couple more. Mahmoud is here. Let's see what Mahmoud has to say.
Hi, Jim.
Hi, Mahmoud. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Great.
Yeah, I just took a break from my work. So, what my case is. So, my name is Mahmoud, and I live in the United States. I am a green card holder. I'm Palestinian. I filed an I-130 for my wife. She currently lived in Libya, which was I was lived there for my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I can't go back there now. Or
Sure.
Not can't. Just it's hard to go there because the visa to go to Libya is kind of hard. There's not there's no tourist visa, and yeah, I'm trying to get this. So the file I-130, I filed I-130. It's been a year now. I got the receipt at August 10, 2022, and still got no response on that. So yeah. So am I going to the right? On the right track? Am I missing something?
No, you're on the right track. I mean, and you're. I'm sorry if you said this already. You're a green card holder or a citizen?
I'm a green card holder.
Yeah. So they're putting green card cases behind the spouses of U.S. citizen cases, so that could be part of it. You're just at about the year mark. I would say that if 2 or 3 more months go by, then you might want to sue them just to get the case over to the National Visa Center, because you still have a long way to go, but nothing's happening until the I-130 is actually approved.
Okay. So about 2 or 3 months, then I can contact you about this.
I mean, we could do it now, but I think it's a little too early. I would give them another couple months.
Sure. I have another thing to say. So I'm Muslim.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
my marriage was the first thing in my marriage is going to be a marriage contract. Then if I want to go to have a wedding, maybe I can do it. Maybe it's not important for us to make weddings. I don't know if you know this. It's for our culture. So when I married her, I didn't have any pictures for us because it was marriage contract and was here, and and they and she was there. Our families gathered together. That's the important thing in our in marriage in Islam. So I have for the proof. I have proof from my families, for our families, for her families, and I have proofs for our conversations and that. So, but I don't have any proof like pictures together. I'm trying to get, I mean, to go back to have a party together, like small party together, and make the proof for this, but I still didn't have it. Is this a problem? Should I try more to go, or if I want to sue them, I have to get the pictures or the proof for this before?
We have a bigger problem.
Mhm.
You're talking about a proxy marriage. So you're telling me that when you and your wife got married, you weren't in the same place on earth.
Yes, I was here. Yeah, I was in the United States, and she was on Libya.
Okay, so that's what's called a proxy marriage.
Okay, I don't know that. Proxy
So,
marriage.
Yeah, that's a proxy marriage. So what was the date of your proxy marriage?
July 3rd, 2022.
And since July 3rd, 2022, have you been to visit your wife?
I went to Turkey. I plan to go to her on March 1st. Yeah, March 1st, but didn't happen because of the visa issue. They didn't let me in until Libya.
So as we sit here today, since the day of your proxy marriage, you and your wife have not been in the same city.
Nope.
This I-130 cannot be approved.
Oops. Okay. So this is a problem, yeah.
Yep. So a proxy marriage. So in order for a proxy marriage to be legally valid, among other things, you have to prove that after the proxy marriage was completed, that the marriage was consummated. But you can't prove that a marriage was consummated if the people haven't been in the same place on earth. Does that make sense?
Yes, this makes a lot of sense. And is there's more specific days or specific period? Is there a specific period for that? I mean, I'm trying so hard to go back to visit because I miss her and I miss her.
So let's back up. If we were having this phone call the day before your proxy marriage, I would tell you this is a bad plan. Do not do what you're trying to do. And if you insisted on doing a proxy marriage, then I would say, okay, well, we're not filing the I-130 petition until you are together at some point, because the rule is that an application should be approvable at the time that it's filed. But you could file a proxy marriage and get a request for evidence. Like they could have sent you a request for evidence last week and said, hey, we need to, according to our records, you guys have never been in the same city. Therefore, you could not have consummated the marriage. So you're giving them all kinds of so first of all, you mentioned the fact that you're Muslim. I don't know. Do you know that I'm Muslim, Muhammad or Mahmoud? Did you know that?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, actually.
So I converted to Islam 25 years ago, 26 years ago. Most of my clients are from Muslim countries. I deal with these kinds of issues all the time. And like they are looking for ways to keep Muslims from coming to the United States. And you hand delivered them really easy ways to knock this case down. So my job as a lawyer is to make your case as strong as possible, not file the weakest case that I might maybe get approved, right? So I would have insisted, Mahmoud, we are not filing this case unless you go and get married and you record it with the government and you do it face to face, because everything that you did made the case harder and harder to be approved. I'm not saying you didn't have good reasons. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is my job as the immigration lawyer is to make your case as strong as possible. So I would have insisted that you go get married, or we could have done a fiance case, but to do a fiance case, we have to show that you've been in each other's physical presence in the last 2 years. So I understand it's complicated that, she's in Libya or is that where she is? Yeah.
Yeah, she's in Libya.
You're here. You've got to figure out a way I mean, first of all, this old case is over. So you've wasted this whole year of time on a case that cannot be approved. So you've got to figure out a way to go to Libya or to Egypt or to Morocco, get her to Morocco, get married, come back, and take lots of pictures. Like, you identified the symptoms, but you didn't identify the root cause. The root cause is that you weren't together physically at the same time that you got married. All this other stuff, those are just signs that your case is in trouble. But the fundamental defect is you need to be in the same place and get married. That's our starting point. Then we can build the case after that.
So let's get straight. So it's possible that I have good signs that I can go to Libya about 2 or 3 months from now. Yeah, in October or November. I'm not sure still. But if I went there, you suggest that I go to remarry? How that could happen?
Well, first of all, I would contend that first of all, I'm not sure that under Libyan law your marriage was legally valid because you weren't there. Now, maybe I know that Islam allows for proxy marriages, so maybe Libya recognizes those. But what I would, if I were you and I were going to Libya, I would say, I intend to sponsor my wife for an immigrant visa. In order to do that, I need a marriage that's legally valid under American law. I talked to a lawyer in America, and he told me that my marriage, for purposes of immigration, is not legal. So I need to get remarried, and I need to do it face to face with an imam and family and everybody. That's what I would do. And listen, that I've had probably 50 clients get remarried in the same place they got married before. It's never been a problem.
Okay, I think it is a problem here. They won't do this in Libya. I'm pretty sure. I'm a developer, and I know that because I was one of the team of the CRA. I don't think that they will do that. You know, and it's been a lot of chaos there.
I'd go over to the next village where nobody knows her, nobody knows you, and just get married.
Okay.
Or go to Morocco. Or go to Morocco.
You know, okay. You say marry in a place or a country that is different.
A place where you both can go and get legally married. The important thing is to have a valid marriage. Oh, Mahmoud, I got to get going, man.
Okay. Yeah. That took a lot of time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you need any help, let us know. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
You got it. All right, everybody. I just realized I ran over. We're going to be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's show is at 3 p.m. So 3 p.m. Central tomorrow. All of our times are going to be off the next couple of weeks. Nor has softball until about the middle of October. So our usual 4 o'clock time probably won't always work, but tomorrow we'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central tomorrow. 3 p.m. Central. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.